got one on me, and I got one on him. But, you know, I had my glasses on, so my glasses kind of went to my cheek and, you know, just left a scratch.
So what was it that kind of set things off? Because it looked like the normal press conference, you know, jawing back and forth, then all of a sudden he shoved you. So what set it off?
I'm not sure. Like I said, just normal back and forth, so it is what it is.
I guess he was here a few minutes ago, and there were some words that you used, you know, some curses in English he didn't appreciate. MFer. That seemed like he.
But he was saying that too. And when do you follow boxing?
Of course.
Yeah. Did you see when he was talking to Boo Boo Andre?
Those are the words of Caleb Sweethand Plants as he explained his side of the story on yesterday's scuffle with himself and Canelo Alverez. And it was basically, you know, there was no talks of PEDs or cheating when they were face-to-face like I was thinking. But doesn't mean that the push didn't come from that type of animosity. Maybe Canelo did think while Caleb was in his face on the things that he said about him and shoved him. That could have happened. But just for the word being used of motherfucker, right? I mean, if you're both using it, why would Canelo be offended and not Caleb? Okay. And like I told people on my live stream when we went over this earlier today, Canelo Alvarez said the same thing to Boo Boo Andrade. You know, he said the same exact thing. Okay. So there was no, you know, I mean, what was it about the way he said it versus the way someone else supposed to took it versus the way he took it and someone else said it, right? So I don't really understand what really ticked Canelo off if that was all that was said. It's rather hypocritical. You know, it's like, hey, you can't ditch out what you've, you can't take what you've ditched out. So I think at the end of the day, I think Canelo just lost his cool. And what also, what Caleb Plant said was, hang on a second.
Like that. Like I said, my glasses just pushed up into it, and it caused a scratch. I just didn't want it to be up there, you know, trickling down or anything like that. So I just put a Band-Aid over it.
Were you expecting bad blood with him today?
I mean, I wasn't really sure what it was going to be. You know what I'm saying? I nothing surprised me in boxing. I'm prepared for whatever comes my way, but you know, I don't put thought into that too much. You feel me?
When we were speaking to him a few minutes ago, he says that he feels like you're insecure and that you lost confidence already from that exchange with him. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, isn't he the one who pushed me? Because I was saying when he was saying too, but then he's the one who got irritated and pushed me. So how am I insecure when he's the one who, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Those are the continued words of Caleb, and it makes sense. You know, if Canelo called Caleb Plant insecure, what made Canelo initiate the first push? See, here's the thing. When you are in a war of words, you're verbally sparring with a person, arguing, in most cases. The person that swings the first, does the first point of action physically, is the one that lost, because that's the person that escalated the verbal into physical. And that was, in this case, Canelo Alvarez, as he couldn't take the word motherfucker and pushed Caleb Plant and then start, you know, chanting out motherfucker, motherfucker. You know what I mean? That's what he started, you know, with these outbursts with. And it was like, okay, what else was said? But if that was all that's said, that means Canelo lost his cool. That means, hey, who is really insecure at that point? You know, I'm not even sure if that's the word, insecure, but if that's what Canelo used, if anyone is that, it would be Canelo. So it kind of backfired on him when he says, hey, yeah, Caleb Plant lost his cool for swinging at me, but like, you shoved the guy. You pulled the Jarrell Miller when he shoved Anthony Joshua across the podium because it was the same stance. You know, you remember AJ had his hands behind his back, just like Caleb Plant did, and he got shoved the same exact way, as you guys can see. Right? I mean, yeah. I mean, so it's just that Caleb Plant, he ain't worried about a squeaky clean image like Joshua, right? But that doesn't mean Joshua wasn't pissed. Joshua was mad. Okay, so yeah, they were both unglued. They just handled it a different type of way. Okay, but they were both, the same action happened to, each of these guys, Caleb and Anthony. So, yeah, this is a very good explanation from Caleb Plant. Like I said, I think Caleb, like I told people in the live stream, if you guys checked it out, I think Caleb Plant won the verbal, okay, because it had to be escalated to physical, and that was done by Canelo Alverez. Also, his explanation of the drugs, Oscar Valdez, the connection and the association with Canelo Alvarez. So, and it wasn't a thing like, oh, well, it was an ambush. No, it wasn't an ambush. This just happened with Oscar. This shit just didn't happen 3 years ago. Yeah, it happened at Canelo, but then again, you've tested dirty. Then the guy that you train with in your same camp tests dirty. They're going to connect those dots. Okay? So, yeah, I mean, Caleb won on that regards too. So I believe it was 50-50 because definitely the physical altercation belonged to Canelo. The push and the counter right slap. And, and then I don't know if he really shoved him again, but they, I think Caleb kind of shoved him off when he felt that right hand catch his face. Because Canelo caught those fingertips, right? Because I didn't even know he landed until, we saw this image right here. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Caleb Plant's explanation of what went down in the scuffle with Canelo Alvarez. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.